Well, we've got a couple of little small projects going on here today. We've got the C5 in here. The turbo exhaust gasket, the turbo bolts loosened up the other day and then it ruined the gasket, so we've got to put a new gasket in there. We've got a cracked windshield on our left-hand side. And we've got a couple other miscellaneous things to do to it. The John Deere technician is here right now. He is diagnosing a problem that we have with the 9410. The other day it was vibrating something in the engine. We thought it needed the balancer that goes on the back of the flywheel or the back of the crank. They had just replaced one on another tractor a couple weeks ago. However, it's not the balancer. It seems to have an injector gone, so he's on his computer right now going through a few things trying to diagnose that problem. The boys are putting a couple of tires on the front of the Western Star right now. We did put a new one on back when we had it in the shop, but I didn't realize that it had 12R 22.5s on it, not 11R 22.5s. The other tire on the other side needed replaced, so I ended up picking up 8 takeoffs. They were 12R 22.5 takeoffs from Industrial Tire, well, it's Syracuse Retreaders. And we're going to save that 11R 22.5 that I put on quite a while ago for a lift axle tire. And they ended up putting a couple of tires on this red Diller trailer as well. So they've got the red Diller hooked up to the Western Star here. So the red and blue, well, doesn't quite go together as good as the blue and the green. Well, maybe you guys think different. So let's see what they've got going on here. I think they're putting a tire on backwards. They're putting it on backwards. They're taking it off. What are you doing? Taking it off or putting on?
Taking it off.
Well, you're taking it off backwards, ain't you?
Holy fuck, I took it off the other way and it didn't come out. So I found this one.
Huh.
They both take them off this side first, generally.
No, he's doing it the right way.
Right on. I had Sergeant, I started doing it this way, and he's like, oh, the other way, the other way.
Oh. Well, they've got these tires mounted up here. Now these were takeoffs. I can't remember where Marty said they came from. Wind power.
Being green?
Yeah. So we got what's called green tires because they're wind power. They got some nice tread on them.
Yeah, you got a better view here.
We got a real good deal on these tires right here. So ended up picking up 8 of them, and yeah, they should look nice. I cannot believe the YouTube community didn't notice that I took off a 12R 22.5 and replaced it with an 11. Can you believe that?
They usually catch everything.
Yeah, they do. This tire only goes on perfect with the bar when you don't have a camera running.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I'm gonna jump up in there and hold the brakes on.
Not really. There, we got her.
Teamwork. 3 monkeys to put a tire on. I gave you all the assistance that was needed, Nathan. Just the application of the brake pedal helped.
We'll get the impact to it.
All right. You got 150 pounds in these?
150?
Yeah, we want to put 150 in these because they're wind powered. Yeah, so we got to make sure we got a lot of wind in them.
All right, I'll make sure of that.
And then, yeah. We want to carry the front end a little lighter, so that's why we put a little more wind in them, right? Or is it? No, we're not thinking right. We need the weight on the front end. That's why we're putting more air in the front end. With that much air pressure in the front tires, it actually helps the steer axle steer easier. Putting, you know, 150 pounds in there. Probably should put the disclaimer in right now. We don't have 150 in there. We run the air pressure in the front tires at 102.5 psi. It's important that you get that half a pound above 102. It's really important. So it helps with the front end alignment, and it makes your tires last longer on the front steer axle. So I better leave you alone. We'll come over next door here and we'll show you what kind of progress we have made with the C5. Well, we ended up getting the turbo gasket on there. I unhooked the muffler with a exhaust pipe, and we've got some exhaust work that we're gonna do here to it. I only replaced one stud and nut. The gasket was $20, the stud was $20, and the nut was $11. So I ended up replacing the tire on the other side here the other day, and we're gonna go ahead and put a new one on this right-hand side. We're gonna save this tire here to match up with a used tire on one of the other trucks. So we'll go ahead and show you here what the girls are working on. They are working next door in the cold storage part of the shop here. And they are organizing tires. So Timothy went down through the Western Star. I wonder how he likes running that truck. So this is our cold storage. I can't even walk in here. My God. So this is our cold storage part of, well, it's on the north end of the shop, and we'll kind of show you what these guys are doing here. We'll just kind of walk through all of the mess. This has got slightly unorganized for the past few months, and what they're going through and doing is they are organizing tires here. So we've got trailer tires, truck drive tires, some implement tires. This is the set of tires here. The 12R22.5s that we had delivered in from Syracuse Retreaders. These are what's called a virgin tire. In other words, they haven't been retreaded. These are recaps here. This is a Goodyear cap on a double coin. Oh, I'm tipping them all over like dominoes.
What the hell?
Double coin casing there. I better stand these up or I am gonna get yelled at. Yes, with a Goodyear cap. We've had pretty good luck with these square treads here. They're an open shoulder. They work pretty good off-road. There's Timothy. Oh, doesn't he look good in there? Yeah, so that's what they are working on here. What do you think of all these tires?
There's too many.
There's too many? We got some 20-inch. Those would work on my Dodge. Yeah. Somebody dropped these off. They said, we didn't like them, so we're going to give them to you. They only got like 60% tread on them. But yeah, skid steer spare. Another spare tire that we have here. I don't know if it's worth anything to anybody, but this is an airplane tire here. And we had that on the 700 mixer. It's a bolt together rim because these airplane tires are like, no, it's 26 ply. If anybody needs that, it's on a hub pilot wheel. It's the, not the, yeah, hub pilot. So this is, oh, what the heck size is this? It's a H40 14.5 19. So yeah, I better get back to work here. That wind ought to be out of that tire. I ought to be able to get that mounted up. And we'll let these guys get back to organizing here. They swept out the dirt that was all accumulated underneath the pallet racking here. Yeah. Fun stuff. Well, Jay's getting this exhaust pipe back on there and just got a little more air to put in that tire. And then we can roll this one next door. Hold on to it until we need to replace an oddball tire on one of the other trucks. The 9410 Mickey diagnosed it as either needing a wire harness and an injector, or both. Number 6 injector has an open circuit to it, and until we get everything pulled apart, we're not going to know if it's in the wire harness or the injector. So we're going to go ahead and put new injectors in it and a whole new wire harness for the injectors. The injectors are around $1,100 a piece, and the wire harness is a little over $1,000. So we got somewhere in the neighborhood of $7,000, not quite $8,000 that we need to put into that old girl, but it's got about 8,000 hours on it. So Nathan's replacing some bearings here on the disc holders for the smaller injector, and Timothy's going to torque some wheels on the Western Star. So what are your thoughts of the Western Star?
Is that truck ready yet?
Oh, come on, really? It's that bad?
It's a nice ride and drive.
Yeah.
Got really good brake. Way better brake than us. Maybe this one needs.
Yeah. Well, stuff does stop easier when you're not going as fast.
That could be.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know. We got torque wrench issues here.
Need a new one.
So, probably gonna have to buy a new one. So, the old Carlisle has spent itself hard, huh?
Gotten a lot of use.
Yeah, it has. Well, we just need to get your glass replaced on that left side.
Good job. Okay.
Yeah. Gotta put the core back in that. Do you have the core?
No.
It's right on the bumper here. Well, we'll pull this windshield out now. There's a crack in it. My wife loves it when I say that. When I refer to something, I go, it. So, a stone hit it or something, and then it kind of cracked and went the whole length of the windshield, or height of the windshield anyway. So we'll go ahead and get that old one out of there and get the new one into it. Oh, boy. All the All right, we've got that out of there. It cracked in a couple of places removing it, which usually I can get them out without having that problem, but this one I wasn't so lucky on. So I've got to make up a new sticker now for my oil change. That's got to be done at 20,937 hours. And I need to get this sticker off so that I can stick it to the new piece of glass. Yeah, I just got to go to motor vehicle and get a new one. So we'll get a hot gun and try to remove that so that we can stick it to the new piece of glass. Yeah. All right, we are ready to put that piece of glass in now. I just helped Jason get this hood released and laid down this way. Kaz has ordered the parts. They're coming back tomorrow. We're gonna go ahead and get some of this work done. Gonna get down to the valve cover and get the valve cover ready to come off of it. And then when they get here in the morning, they can just dump right into it, start pulling injectors and the wire harness. So Jason's gonna work on that. I'm gonna try to get this piece of glass in here without breaking it. Well, we've got our piece of glass all installed. We got the zipper all put back around there. I don't know if that's the correct terminology for it, but that's what I call it. I just use one of these screwdrivers that's got a little bit of a bent hook on it, and it works good to work the gasket back and forth. Now what we're gonna do is we are going to remove our registration sticker. So we'll get this all heated up, then hopefully we can just kind of very carefully pull this off of there so that we can reuse it on the new windshield. there we go. All right, we've got our piece of glass all in there. We've got our registration sticker back on the windshield. Now, that is illegal to do, so don't anybody try that, because you can get arrested for taking a registration sticker off of a windshield and putting it on another windshield. Did you know that, Jay? You can get it's against the law.
Because they'll probably think you're putting that
Yeah,
on a different
yeah, it's against the law. That's why they make those stickers non-removable. But I think I just showed everybody a trick, so don't do that at home, folks. Oh, I don't think Johnny Law is gonna arrest you, but you never know. So we'll go ahead and start this up. We'll see how the exhaust manifold, or how the exhaust manifold is responding to that new turbo gasket. And I just want to make sure we don't have any leaks here as well. Sounds like we've got some chirping with that belt, but that's normal. So, don't have any air escaping. That's all good. So we'll let this air up, and we'll give Jay a hand getting at that valve cover there. So he's doing pretty good getting that to the point where they can come in the morning and work on it. Well, that's just about gonna do it for this video. We've got the C500 rolled out the door, and Jay is ready. Well, Jay has the 9410 ready for one of the guys from CAS to come on over and swap out these injectors and screw around with putting the wire harnesses in for the injectors. So he's got the valve cover off, and as you can see, everything's all kind of opened up here. So we'll run over next door. We'll kind of show you what the cold storage building looks like. Sarah and Alex are just finishing up that here right now, and Jay's got a couple of things he's got to do to button this job up, and it will be ready for the guys from CAS to come on over in the morning. So we'll just climb down off of here, and we'll take a peek next door. All right, so they've got done about as much as they can get done over here. They've got everything very neatly organized as far as tires and wheels and so on and so forth. We've got some manure pump parts here. We've got injector parts in these pallets, and then we've got miscellaneous iron on the rack here, and then we've got some alley scraper cable, alley scraper sled skids here, and then alley scraper corner wheels. We've got a tire, like I was saying earlier, for the dump wagon. This tire blew a couple years ago. I can't remember what exactly happened to it, but at any rate, they re-vulcanized it or something. I think it blew the bead or something. And no, not this one. That's a spreader tire. This one here. So I don't know where their repair work is here, but at any rate, I think they fixed the bead on it, because when this tire got originally put on, they ripped, yeah, right here, they worked on the bead of the tire. They patched it. When they put this tire on the rim back in the day, the drop was on the back side, and they put the tire on the rim with the rim on the dump wagon. Not our tire guys. They did that when they put the tires on the dump wagon when it left the factory. And when they did that, they ruined the bead on it, and then we ended up having a flat tire. And our tire guys came, they took the tire off and dismounted it, and then when they dismounted it, they realized that the bead was wrecked. So we have this fixed, and they want this put on with no bars. They want to drop this side on first, and then have the outside of the tire be on that side there. So that is gonna do it for this video, right, Alex? Yeah. So we'll catch you at the next one. Take her easy.